Hey guys, this is Sh0tee here. Welcome to a new kind of project that I'm kind of doing on this channel, where basically I'm going to be discussing anime. Um, Anime reviews is something I've wanted to do for a long time. But the main thing is I've never really had the video editing skills to make like a proper anime review. So basically this is kind of the alternative I've come up with. Basically I'm going to be talking about anime, like a standard review. I'm going to be talking about characters, art, all that sort of stuff, story, all the stuff that makes an anime review important and good. However, it's going to be a little less edited, I suppose. I'm basically just be showing clips from the anime that rolls on instead of like making it like editing it so specifically what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to get what I'm saying, but basically, if I say something in a certain clip will show up. That's not going to happen in this series. Basically, it's not going to be too professional. Basically, I just want to talk about anime and yeah, review it and stuff. I'm probably going to be focusing on like obscure shows. Well, not obscure, but like shows that people may not know about or don't really talk about often. But for this first episode, I've decided to go with something that's I've got some pretty strong viewpoints about, and I believe I can talk about this confidently. Or yeah, that word. But yeah, I should be able to get through that pretty easily. So yeah, let's just kick on to the review and see how this ends up going. School Days was originally a visual novel released by the company Overflow in 2005. They had done visual novels before, however School Days was what really made Overflow big time. The game featured animation, a rare feat for a visual novel, especially at the time. It also featured fucking brilliant art style for the time. Compare it to Granada, The Beautiful Warrior, an anime released around the same time, and compare them for reference. There were also games based in separate realities featuring all the characters from School Days, such as Summer Days and Cross Days. The anime series was released in 2007 by TNK, who would later find massive success with High School DxD. The series is regarded as one of the most debated anime series, with one extreme side thinking that the show is absolutely terrible and that you're a massive shit kind of a person to even like the show. And there's also the other extreme where people were able to write fucking William Shakespeare novels about the series, calling it some sort of psychological drama masterpiece, and that you're a massive pleb for even thinking about criticising the show. I fall a little under the wannabe Shakespeare side, however I do see why people would hate this show. I will try and explain why I like the show right now. The story revolves around a first-year high schooler named Makoto Ito, who attempts to get with a girl he sees on a train called Kotonoha Katsura. He is able to get with her thanks to his female friend Sekai Sononji. Sekai, however, has Makoto feelings for Makoto as well, and through a series of events, gets with Makoto as well. Makoto was able to get with several other girls throughout this series, some which makes perfect sense, some that make a little sense, and some that make no fucking sense whatsoever. Let's start with Makoto. Let's be honest here, Makoto is a little bit of a dickhead. And by a little, I mean he's a complete and utter tosser. However, I believe Makoto is a character that is meant to be hated. He sleeps with girls left, right, and center, and he treats them like absolute shit. I don't know actually how he's able to get girls that easily. He reminds me of a really shitty version of Guy Tsukunami from Guilty Crown. However, at least Guy was badass. He had the look, and especially the charisma. And he doesn't fuck with the girls either. Makoto, however, treats everyone, especially Kotonoha, poorly. There is no way the developers of this anime wanted you to like Makoto. I am sorry, there was no way they wanted you to like him. Which is why I actually like the character. Because, the creators didn't want him to like him, me to like him. I didn't like him, so I believe the character is actually pretty well done. Anyway, next up is Kotonoha. Kotonoha is the shy, hot, and I use the word hot in quotation because her looks really don't do it for me, to be honest, character that Makoto tries to get with. Kotonoha is shy and constantly bullied. Again, I use connotation because as I'll explain later, with a certain character, the bullying is really not that bad in my opinion. Kotonoha does have a moment, especially at the end. However, some of her pity was pretty forced, and she's just too much of a flat character to really do it for me. I can't really feel sorry for her, and in that case, she's probably my least favourite character of the show. I know there's a lot of people who like her. I understand that from a moral standpoint. However, I don't believe the creators of the anime wanted me to feel this way about Kotonoha, so that's why I think she's my least favourite. Next up is Sekai. Sekai is Mikoto's friend who also happens to have a massive crush on him. I do believe she's a bit of a bitch during the show. However, she does have more moments than Kotonoha does, and I believe the creators, I should say, were setting me up to feel this way about her. She's my favourite out of the three main characters. However, that's not really saying much, because where the anime really shines in my opinion is the development of the next two characters I'm going to mention. Setsuna is Sekai's green-haired best friend, and you guessed it, also likes Mikoto. However, she's actually the second person to like Mikoto, and if you've seen the series, there is actually a really valid reason why she likes him. So yeah, that's another reason why I really like a character. However, the main reason I like a character is because most of her actions are done for Sekai's sake, and she's a very honourable character. However, she's not my favourite character through the show, because the development at the end is a little bit fucked up for me. My favourite character from the show would be Otome, Mikoto's childhood friend. Some of Kotonoha's hardcore fans may call her a shit person for the way Otome treats her. However, my opinion is really not that bad. I don't believe I believe it's a little bit. She goes a little bit overboard. However, I've heard much worse in real life and in other anime series, and sometimes the character's the protagonist. So, yeah, that's why I don't really think it's that bad. The real shining moment for her, though, is towards the end. She does some stuff that I find really honourable. Really proud of her. I'm really proud of her for doing it. I know it's probably, I don't know, sounds a little bit sad being that proud of her doing something, but yeah, believe me, she does have some good development at the end. She also has a really good route in the visual novel as well. So if anyone's interested in that, I recommend you guys either watch the video on YouTube or play through it. Believe me, I reckon it's probably the best route in the whole visual novel, which is also extends to why Otome is my favourite character from this series. There are other characters in the show as well, however they're not that interesting, and a lot of them are shit people. However, I do feel special commiseration for her, and I feel sorry for Nanami, the short-haired friend of Sekai's. You don't see her very often, but you can tell she's a decent person, and she does get a little bit dicked at the end. And she gets no development after that either, which is a little bit sad, but yeah, since she's a side character, not much you can really do about it, I suppose. So yeah, basically that's why I like School Days. Basically I felt like the creators wanted me to feel this way. They've done their job, other than the treatment of Kotonoha and how they wanted me to feel about her. I did not feel about it that way at all. I'm not going to talk about the sound or art too much because I believe they're both mediocre for 2007. Apparently School Days has 40 tracks, but yeah, most of them with regard to one at the very end, is pretty memorable. The one at the end pretty memorable, the rest are pretty mediocre and forgettable. I would give the series a 7.5 out of 10. However, I recommend that all anime watchers should give this a go. Before judgment, don't get into the hive mind of hate or love. Decide for yourself, because everyone's going to have a varying opinion depending on how you see the series. From a psychological standpoint, from a moral standpoint, if you can see the either developers or whatever. I believe there's going to be varying opinions on this show. So yeah, I recommend everyone go watch it. This has been Sh0tee, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Next up will probably be a more obscure anime, as I said. So yeah, look forward to that one.